success.
If Rainer is not banned, very high chance BlossoM might just take it or straight through the ban phase.
Well, see, that's what I expect. I think BlossoM...
Eventually, it will actually be like that, I think.
Right, I agree. I think people will figure out that maybe not the best hero to spend a ban on, but then what else do you really ban with that? Then you start to see maybe...
Hanzo. I think Hanzo's really deserved a lot more ban.
It is surprising that, I mean, nobody's going to argue against banning Genji, right? But it is surprising that that choice is made because Hanzo is just so strong right now. So either way, it is the Avatar Genji. Seen that combo so many times. No more.
Avatar just in case because Supernova uses that so many times. Healing Avatar with the false stat. Healing Avatar with Samuro. I don't really know what that was about exactly.
Yeah, that was that even healing Avatar?
Yeah, it was a healing Avatar. They
okay.
tried to copy off of one of old Genji's
it didn't work.
Backdoor Warhead Junction.
Well, that backdoor was the sickest. Like, let's just, enshrine that in the halls of HGC lore. But then the second time around, maybe not.
It was a different one because they had a Charism support. And Supernova clearly did not, only on Avatar. And there's a reason why Avatar is a specialist.
That is very true. It is a Malfurion first pick, so sometimes the more things change, the more they stay the same. So it will be consistency there for BlossoM. What does Supernova grab on the other side? Well, I don't even know why I asked that question. I'm so stupid, G-Clef. It's obviously Hanzo, and of course, Jarell.
Did you just say something with the S word?
The S word?
Huh?
It was self-deprecating.
You finally know who you are.
Stop it, G-Clef.
I'm so happy.
This is a no-bully zone, G-Clef.
I'm so happy. Finally,
My
Rapid know who he is,
HGC
everyone.
place is right here in
My
Korea.
clap goes to you. Maev, okay. Nondar is continuing that DPS. I think he deserves to play Maev whenever it's not banned. And that's why BlossoM actually...
I'm actually really surprised they wouldn't ban that against him. After you lose game number 2 that way, or game number 3 rather, that way, you gotta take that out of his hands. It's just too good to give up.
Alex Strauss. Super highly picked, I think, compared to the other regions, even in Hero League, a lot more Alex Strauss and Sky Temple, especially along with Inferno Shrine, has been a thing ever since the rework patch, of course. Only 2 weeks. Very oftentimes banned, so they will still grab their false stat here. But how much value can they actually get out of this control? When they grab a global, in this case, they're looking to not really fight against it because they already have Maev, ETC, Mouth. BlossoM is looking for that team fight once again. Supernova, they will try to contest. And they do have the Mighty Gust to disengage. But in terms of just clashing 5v5 together, let's see how well Irel actually peels for the back line. I think Supernova really needs a solid tank. And
Burden's pretty solid.
I was expecting a Garrosh because it was not banned this time, but Hebian is going to make a different choice.
Yeah, that is actually a good point. We've seen Garrosh banned every single game this series, but
just not this one, and he does not pick it.
I mean, maybe that's a little bit of a misban by BlossoM.
I don't think it's a misban. He actually played a lot of Garrosh, so it just continued. But so far, he's just continuing with that burden. Maybe just he feels a lot more safer in that way.
Right.
Garrosh does not really have his own escape other than an Indomitable F4, but he doesn't really jump over the wall.
That is certainly true. Well, it seems like BlossoM has really hit their stride. After a little bit of a shaky start, they have started to dominate. And now for Supernova, they need to turn it around here. Otherwise, they're going home. For BlossoM, this is a very meaningful win. If they lock this down, then they are still in contention for being that 4th team to head to the Eastern Clash. Otherwise, they are not going to be able to get enough wins to make it up there. And Miracle have all but locked it down.
That's That's my weird, creepy voice.
You're pretty good at that, G-Clef.
Turns out I'm pretty good at Korean, guys.
Hey, what do you know? Anybody think that G-Clef's Korean skills just really improved this season?
It's better than Wolf's, for sure.
Oh, shots fired. Don't worry, he'll never watch that part of the VOD.
He's always watching. He's in the chat secretly watching.
Ugh, awkward. Anyway, back to the game. BlossoM is on fire, quite literally, as they have had quite a few fiery heroes, but not this time.
We'll see that interaction again from time to time. Power Slide getting cancelled by the Hammer, or the Wrath getting cancelled by the Face Melt by HGC.
Oh, poor Haven. Oh, Haven. He's out of there. It's only level 1. So nothing too crazy.
Imagine if he was Garrosh. He will still survive.
He would have, yeah.
With the
armor would have been definitely enough for there. Also, walls were not exactly in his way that time. Walls, of course, Garrosh is greatest enemy. And there it is. Well,
2-0 so far.
Oh, 2-0. Okay. Gotta keep an eye on that ping pong score as they both try to knock each other out.
That will be another mini game in this game.
Yeah.
Keep that score going rapid.
All right, 2-0 Hongkona.
Because that's like actually a meme in Korea. There's just like in boxing, red corner, because corner is like kono in Korean, and hong is red in Korean as well. So we do have to keep that score.
All right,
his
the
boxing
red
score
corner
there.
Taking a look at the macro, this is a very large map, so I struggle a lot with that here. Just got camp versus camp facing off top. See if BlossoM can complete the destruction of this outer wall. It looks like things are going pretty well their way.
Look at that BlossoM, even before their camp, they've managed, kind of weak with the camp, they've managed to do more even before the rotation of Supernova.
Modern doing a good job. Only in Heroes of the Storm can we see a whatever Junkrat is throw an explosive at a dwarf riding a bird that then somehow knocks the bird in an arc in the air, and then he continues to fly and run away. I don't know. HGC physics hard at work here.
And BlossoM does have pretty good wave clear with this too. It just does
Right.
take some time, but compared to the damage you have already done to the top lane for Supernova, I'd say BlossoM did about 200% more than what they actually received from that.
200%. Did you calculate that? Did they do the math?
Yes, NA math.
Quick math.
I had my TID 83 plus here.
That's what it's for. Kirisaku very, very low, but he's Urel, by the way, and is able to survive through everything. Honkono coming through, going to melt Kirisaku's face off, takes him out of there. Actually, last hit by the turret, so moral victory. BlossoM.
It was almost a sacrifice. Had to hammer one back to get the kill.
One for one
was also in there, so getting that done.
And going to split the early temple, so it's not really that big of a difference. But I mean, objective health is your HP bar for the game. If you have more health on your towers, then that gives you a little bit longer to stay in the game. Because eventually you do lose
Hanzo.
What?
Eventually you do lose Hanzo.
Eventually you do lose Hanzo. Of course, the hallmark of any good Hanzo, just like the ability of any good Junkrat, is to just spontaneously combust. How, we may never know. No.
But you can always find out if you are tuning in with the POV.
That's true, which you can watch on playxp.hgc.com, right?
Or the other one, hgc.playxp.com.
Ah, yeah. Okay, both.
Try both.
Yeah, try them out. Either way, sick grab there. The tether onto Alex pulls him way too far forward.
Warwick stopped from the hammer. Nice stun by Kirisaku, pulling Sonya all the way to the wall.
Yeah, Alex saying support, by the way, and he is going to get way back there in for a kill on a Sonya.
He's taking lots of hits in the front line. He cannot really stay there, as well as Zirel peeling for his team. He's the one actually going down so many times. Look at the damage from Bayev though. Quite impressive already. But Sonya almost to a support level, so does need to maintain the damage at least a little bit more as a solo lane bruiser, I would say. Another pinball, so they're going for that burst damage. I think it is going to be, of course, another cage with the Junkrat. They do have the combo with the burst. They can certainly go through Karazim's heals. For Hanzo and Falstad, not likely for Irel, Murad, and Karazim altogether.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex was maybe thinking about a sneaky play. Oh, that's 3-0 Honkono. 3-0. Gotta write down the score there. Yeah, not having a good day there. But for Supernova, I mean, this is their last chance. If they lose this, they are going home maybe a little bit sadder. And for BlossoM, I guess this is about as close to a must-win game as you can have. As a 5-minute or 6-minute, I guess, completion.
So that's going to be 10. BlossoM is actually going to hit 10 about at the same time when they get the tempo activated. So Supernova, do you really want to go in and think about your own early on? Puts himself in there. And Junkrat not semi-global yet, pre-13. So has to rotate down a little bit quicker. Falstad getting into that flight range.
So who wants to pull the trigger first? Haben positioning forward. Wow, it is kind of up against the wall in a rough spot there, but Wiz is actually doing a great job, even solo, pushing Kirisaku and Haben back. So now I think Supernova might actually be in a rough spot. They're going to have to give this temple up, or are they going to look for the retake here? But I don't know how well this is going to go. Immediately catching Kirisaku out of there. He might be the first casualty, hits the ult at the last possible second, but still very, very low. That's going to be actually Murden, the first to fall, Haben right afterwards.
And actually the big arrow missed because they were already going down regardless. Great tether by Maiev, actually got the pull a little bit into the wall, and that's why they could have actually focused all the damage into Irel. They got the mosh pit onto Murdy, was also very low, so was trying to escape, didn't even get to pop his avatar. Having a better understanding of the team fight, they had a massive control in the damage and the HP, and that's usually the pattern. Gets the team fight win, gets the tempo finish, and get the boss.
Bentham almost just one-shot Modern. It was disgusting, but Modern does survive. I was worried, G-Clef.
I think that arrow, if it landed on at least 2-3-0, does need your teammate to dash out. Bentham get close enough. Thank you.
Gondar going back in, and Alex a little bit too mobile to chase. Too deep onto him. Kirisaku versus the boss. It's the nice PvE. If you guys are not wanting to actually watch heroes fight each other, you can just watch a little bit of the passive fun that Kirisaku's been having.
Let's see how Supernova can come back into this. Starting with camp, but they need to make the camp work. That has been the main, I think the main lesson that Supernova should take after watching replay of today.
I don't think Supernova's camp has ever made it farther than right
look
there.
at that, those camps. They're stealing this camp, but their bigger camp with top, which they can't really push too far in, I guess, because they already got the fort done. They have just wasted because BlossoM already had their focus on top and sport, so even more of a lead unless they take the entire fort down.
That would be a little bit optimistic. I mean, this camp is going to take the fort if nobody rotates to stop it. The Junkrat down here, and yeah, in fact, most of BlossoM are going to come all the way down bottom and maybe punish Supernova for overextending.
Let's see the longest Dragon's Arrow ever.
From downtown. Nah, not gonna go.
Not this time, as they will just straight. So they do not get the temple as the slow rotation come down from BlossoM, but still it was wall all the way up the bottom lane. So Supernova there, they have some extra EXP down there to grab later, but still 313. So they're just buying time right now, as you can just see Sonya soloing that temple. We'll actually get the. But how close was the keep? Was it near 100%?
I think so.
Oh yes, it was. It's just getting the damage.
Unfortunately, no leap so that Sonya can join the fight. I'm a little bit unfortunate or unhappy about that one, but I can't do as good a sound effect as Gilly can, so maybe we'll save that one for NA. There it goes. So first keep of the game is out of there. That's a big advantage for BlossoM, who now don't have to worry about that. Oh, a big catch in there on a fall stab, but no chat is going to be able to turn this one around. Lots of damage off on the Gondar.
Arrow saves him. Gondar does go back. And less of a CC to chase in this case. Grace face melt there.
4-0 on Kono.
Write that one down as they used way too much to save no chat. That was a great arrow. Just bought enough time, perfectly enough time for him to gust and escape out of there.
I mean, Honkono is still doing his best to body block for his team's long retreat all the way across the map.
25 seconds for that gust. So BlossoM, they can actually open up. They do have Cage and Mosh Pit together, so they were looking to party bush there. Supernova not really going to get caught with the easy bush control. They still had the watchtower here, so they were saying, where are they? We can't really find them. They must be in the bush somewhere in the middle.
Good guess. And they do survive through a rough sneak attack. Gondar also doing a good job repositioning out of a rough situation there. He stays alive, and now BlossoM may look to push this away. A good job by, I forget who it was, someone on Supernova, for pushing out the bottom lane all the way. Oh, it's Falstad, never mind. And keeping that lack of a keep on the bottom side from being much of a liability, really.
That's job. That's basically the job of the globals. Dehaka, Falstad, or even stage dive ETC. Illidan Hunt. What else is it?
We did have an Illidan ban earlier.
Ariel at 20.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Any arrow at 20 is a semi-global?
That's going to fly into the NA broadcast after this.
Yes.
We'll see just like a random arrow come from somewhere. And it's like, oh, that's from HGC Korea.
We will actually have those arrows out there, so it actually does continue.
Watch out if you guys are playing Hero League after this match. Maybe an arrow just fly through your game. You'll know where it came from.
Only if you have Hanzo. Of course. Just in case something crazy happens in your game, but maintaining control.
Yeah, I mean, trading temples at this point is not a good option for Supernova because they have less health on their keeps. One's down already, and it's going to keep dropping further and further as BlossoM.
Well, I thought BlossoM was going to contest and maybe try to force out because Falstad was up there. Because maybe if you spend all your resources, Supernova could just take the boss. I think they were really concerned about that and get the keep traded at the bottom. So BlossoM had to make this rotation down here. So Supernova actually gains a little more in terms of what they could do next, because they're still getting the top tempo shots right here. No Chat is doing an extra job for themselves. Unless they lose this tempo or a fight, suddenly a fight breaks out here, I think Supernova gains the value of their last tempo phase.
Half health on top keep for BlossoM, middle for Supernova. Next temple phase is really going to decide a whole lot here, so keep an eye onto that. As top camp is being cleared out by Junkrat behind all of this, and a fight over the boss in the middle.
Look at the positioning of Gondar. Has to be careful. They have no chat falls that Gust, so they're not going to contest. Okay.
I was waiting.
I think Junkrat was a little bit far away because it was going to be an awkward timing where 4 dives in. Maybe the team fight will be over by the time Junkrat comes, so they actually give up. No reason to risk everything in there. So that is a free boss.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how much damage it really gets done. Like I said, health on your structures is a very powerful resource. So however much damage this boss gets done, it's really going to matter.
So far, not too much. Actually, he has to vault because of the tornado.
Good job there, Gondar. I don't know how that works. Like, wouldn't you just vault into the tornado?
I don't know. You try next time you go to...
I have lived
mid
through
state.
at least 2 tornadoes in my lifetime, and never was I ever thinking about vaulting into them.
Okay. Maybe next time.
I'd probably not, though.
Just
You know,
let me know.
I'll pass on that one.
Let me know through Instagram, and you'll be famous.
It's like, here I am vaulting is not going to make it onto the smartest
You can
decisions
stream
in the
live
world
on
video.
Twitch. Totally fine.
Is it
Make sure
though?
you cut it off before something crazy happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's watch Haben here. Sick arrow right down
But
the
Alex
back
getting
line.
chunked down, 7-sided, landing on too many. So that's going to be a big mosh pit.
Yikes. Okay, that's going to do it.
Getting the Gus down does help them engage, actually. And Habian's the only one. May have to sacrifice himself as they're getting the temples, but more sacrifice means they are going to have a longer of a respawn timer. BlossoM, I think they may just rotate all the way down and go for the core. Because they will hit 20 soon.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, 2 keeps down is a big deficit to be at. And I mean, they won't even need to control the temple for the full duration to get that. No chat. He's trying to make the most of a big push on the bottom, but he's just going to get pushed back by Modern. Oh, Hong Kong, what's the score going to be this time?
Bolts in, and there's a pinball damage that you don't expect too much. That's one more down.
Hankono's doing the utmost there. And, I mean, even for Kurosaki, he was trying to be there for moral support. It'd be optimistic to predict him getting out of this.
In terms of what else you can do in the macro choice, I think Supernova is just sticking to the textbook plays a little bit too much with their boss and the camp controls. But instead, BlossoM, they do something else. They try to be creative and not cut your losses on what you can actually do.
Big catch in here on a Haben. An arrow to try to zone, and actually Modern goes down. Lots and lots of damage coming in from Karazim, but I think the return damage, the vengeance will be BlossoM's. Oh, Haben. Poor Haben. But Avatar, it's so strong.
Unless Bentham can get into highlight the HGC minute of next week.
Haben really gonna, wow.
Oh, no chat says hi.
And bye.
It is pretty hot out there, so.
That is true.
Just fans all of them away.
It is about 36
Let's
degrees
see 1v1.
in Seoul. So also heating up inside of our game.
Malfurion versus Falstad.
Who wins, G-Clef?
Do not bother Wiz.
No,
Unfair.
like this. And boom goes the dynamite.
Hong Kong misses his bold power slide, but it looked cool, Hong Kong.
He got
Great
the style
try.
points for that one. Hong Kong finding a way to add a little bit of levity to an otherwise very serious game for BlossoM. They are really, I don't know, just putting the period at the end of this death sentence. Going forward, a nice tether, but an even bigger mosh there from Hong Kong. I mean, just what a way.
Defender, they do buy enough time, and Junkrat's not here, so it is a 4v4 with the keep damage along. The BlossoM without the wave, they can't really push it too far. Junkrat is coming soon. And meanwhile, they're trying something else with the Bentham.
Whoa, right into the
Says hi,
Junkrat.
Modern. They're off to the opposite side.
What is Modern do? Where's this kid going? I don't know. Either way, Bentham dead in the end. Kurosaki and Haben soon to follow, as this will be a total wipe victory in dominant fashion for BlossoM, as they will head into the core, bust it wide open for a 3-1 win to take out Supernova, keep themselves in contention for that Eastern Clash.
They could have finished the game a few minutes earlier. They wanted to be a little bit passive, make sure they have everything together lined up. Make sure Junkrat joins the final fight as well. Supernova, I think they still have some, not the basics, but I think it's time to move on to the next step. Of course, they just got into HGC in phase 2. This is their first part in HGC, how they're able to compete against middle top teams. I would say they're still very strong as a new team, but time to adapt, time to adjust your ban pick a little bit more with the 6 bans coming in, and also the macro along with the cam control. I think that's the next step that they want to take after the series.
Take a look at the stats after that game. A very solid win by BlossoM. You can see that reflected if you just look at these damage numbers. Pretty good score there for Gondar, as he does lead his team pretty solidly.
Karazim 21k. Whenever I see support difference between Karazim and another support times 3 or more, then there's a little bit of problem. Of course, if you don't have a team comp where you actually have everything together for that charism heal, could be the number difference. Why? Because Falstead was always away. You can't really get too much heals in that way. Charism always dashing in, looking for the kill or saving his allies, which didn't happen too many times.
Yeah, you can definitely tell where his priorities were there. He was not playing like a support. He was in there to get kills and get damage done. And, I mean, he did it a couple of times, right? But in the end, his team desperately needed the healing that he was not able to provide.
I think BlossoM had a really nice series, but compared to what Miracle was able to do against Genji, let's try to put them together and see where the series would go. What's gonna happen?
I mean, we're gonna find out, right? We do get a chance to watch that matchup.
Yeah, and that is going to be next Friday. So they do have some time to actually prepare a little bit more. I don't exactly know which patch we're going to be in next week. I believe it's going to be the same patch for the final week of HGC.
That's right. Here's a look at the final score for the result of our second game of the day. Supernova did pick up that Dragonshire win in the beginning. From there on out, it was all BlossoM all the time.
1-3. We'll see how BlossoM has one more. Yeah, two more.
Two more games.
Good luck tomorrow. So they have one more very good match to go against Good Luck. It will be not the same, but Good Luck you can actually pressure against. They do have another side of weakness. I think BlossoM really found that weakness of Supernova after game one. Hey, they're not really pressuring in with the camp, and their macro is kind of weird. It's very, very standard. And let's try to put holes. Let's try to find holes, and let's just dig into that. I think that really worked well with the macro. I think BlossoM with the new roster is doing so much better. They were always, not always, but mostly team fight heavy. Some creativity with having some chogals and crazy maps like that, but that's almost gone. And they're in like a standard team that knows a lot, has a lot of experience, basic knowledge about the macro, and they're pushing holes. They're finding weakness of the other team, which is great. I think that has to really continue. And for them to actually get better, break into the top 4, which Miracle already did. I think we'll see that in the match between them.
BlossoM do want to challenge for that top 4. Let's take a look at some highlights from today's game. Here's a look at game 1, which actually was looking good for BlossoM until one day all that changed. Gondar getting beset by Bentham, pushed totally out of the fight. And this is really where you can see Supernova start to turn things around.
So arrows do come, but after the team fight is basically over. Great pressure by Bentham, just locking down Anzo. This wasn't an Uberlock game with Locust. Because of Tracer and Li Ming, just forcing down the field possibility. Look at that Disintegrate.
Great job by Alex there as well, just keeping everyone so healthy through absolutely everything. But in the end, it just was not enough.
Li Ming. No hero.
Well, okay. We all know that was a chaos.
Look at that Gondar. Keep your eye.
Oh my god.
Jimmy.
What a god.
Jimmy.
What a sick play. That just looks so good. And here's a look at our most recent map. A good fight start by Supernova, but BlossoM. Oh my god.
That was also a great mine by Modern there, tossing Tirisaku into the turret range there.
The Riptire kill at the end. Very well done. Honkono also with a couple of extra points on his score that I did not count at the end. I think it was like 5-0 at the end.
Final moments of the final game here as they're all strat. I think Miracle has to consider about banning Maiev a lot more against BlossoM. I think
Gondar just looks so good. So let's go ahead and get into an interview. Honkono, what are you doing on that side of the interview desk?
승리 축하드립니다.
네, 감사합니다.
Congratulations, Honkono.
네, 우선 선배님 반가워요. 영광이에요.
그래요, 후배님.
Hello, senior.
네, 일단
Hey,
자리가
newbie.
바뀌시니까 어떠신가요?
How does it feel like to be
사실 제가 인터뷰할
on
땐
the other chair?
여기가 인터뷰
I was
자리였거든요.
actually interviewing
그래가지고 여기서 되게
I
많이
was doing
떨었는데
interview on the
선수님은
left.
제가 분명히 말씀드렸죠. 인터뷰 때 절대 안 떤다고. 지금 한 번도 안 떨잖아요. 계속 말할 수 있어요.
Stop rapping,
되게
Honkono.
신나
You're not a
보이세요,
rapper.
지금.
But
신나진
I
않죠,
could feel
사실.
that I'm not nervous up here. I told you
오늘
guys
약간
as a player I would
사실
never be
불안한
nervous on
경기는
camera.
아니었어요. 조금
네.
불안한 장면이 많았던 경기였는데 오늘 승리 소감 어떤지 한번 들어볼게요.
How does it feel to win today?
오늘 사실 제가 스크림이나 영웅리그에서 한 아누바락을 일주일 동안 50판 정도 한 것 같은데
Anubarak, I think I played
그래서
about
아누바락을
50.
시켰는데 오늘 뭔가
Anubarak and Hero League and all the
합이라던가 그런 게
scripts.
1세트에 안 맞아서 빨리 피드백해서
네.
2, 3, 4세트 다행히 이겼던 것 같아요.
And
어.
did play Anubarak
제가
in the first
오늘은
game and it
관객석에서
didn't really work out and we got the
경기를
feedback so I
지켜봤는데요.
switched over.
코너 선수가 열심히
Which
오더를
was a good
해주시더라고요.
result for
원래
sure.
오더는 곤다라 선수로 알고 있습니다. 어떻게 된 일이죠?
Shaka used to be Gondar,
어떻게
but
된 일이죠?
it's switching out later
예,
now.
너무 더듬지 마세요.
아 죄송합니다.
저도 그래봐서 아는데 좀 더 더듬어요. 예.
Stop stuttering, as I used to do that as well.
살짝 원 1세트를 하고 원래 스크림
After the first
때만큼의
game,
오더가 안 나와가지고
we didn't really
오늘
have the shot
다들
call as
컨디션이 안
same as
좋대요. 물론
네.
we used to do in
컨디션을
script.
잘 해결해야 되는
Gondar
게
does not
프로긴
really have the
한데
best.
저도
It's not
미라클이랑
in best
젠지 좀
condition
보고
today.
화장실 한 4번 갔다 왔거든요.
After watching the first match,
우리
Genji Miracle, I went to the restroom like 4 times.
이런
Man.
식으로 하는 오더를 제가 할 수밖에 없었던 그리고 메인 탱커가 잡아야
And
된다고
because I
곤다라
was
선수가 해서 일부러 오더
supposed to be
연습
the
같은 걸 좀 시켰어요. 제가
instead of
지금 다
Gondar.
죽어가지고
아그 저번 주부터
I made him do shot call, but not today
그렇지
because
일주일 동안
he wasn't
열심히
really
했죠.
feeling
원래
that great.
말을 좀 제가 많이 못해가지고 예, 뒷라인에서 얘기가 안 나오면은 좀 호흡이 좀 많이 딸렸어요. 그래서.
When our DPS can't really talk
그렇죠. 오더라는 게
too much about the shot
게임
calling, and we
이해도인데
actually
제가
do
좀
not have
멀리
the best
나가가지고
synergy.
이해도를 올리려면 경험이 필요해요.
And
뭐
for the
크레이지
shot call to
무빙
actually
선수라던가
have a calling, you
사인
do need
선수라던가
all the
있을 땐
experience
편했는데
together.
네.
And
제가
when
잡으니까
Sign was in
힘드네요.
the team, it was really easy because he was shot calling all the time.
말씀이시죠.
네.
1세트 지고 심정이
When O'Connor was back in
어떠셨는지
Tempest a long time ago.
궁금합니다.
1세트 졌을 때 일단 뭐 제가
When we lost
사실
first game,
죽어가지고 그거
네.
살리려다가 죽게 된 거라
and
어,
I died because I was trying to save,
정신적으로 부담이 되긴 했는데
and there was a lot of pressure, of course, with
그냥 사실
Anubarak.
세트수 생각하고 있었어요. 이스턴을 못 갈 확률만 계속 생각하고 있었어요.
And we were just thinking about one thing: the chances
그래서
of
2세트에
not
이제
going to that Eastern
홍라딘이
clash.
출격을 하게 됐는데 그 홍라딘 어떻게 플레이해야 되는지 시청자분들께
And
좀
O'Connor, you're
효율적인
more than play.
방법 한번 멋있게
Just
설명해
tell
주시죠.
us the tips on your
뭐
more
오늘
than.
같은 경우는 투신을 찍었는데
네.
안 보이는
Avatar?
데서 일단 점프를 해서 들어가고
First of all, just
임시의
jump in
벼락을
from
터뜨린 다음에
the side.
못 잡으면 팀 탓을 하면 돼요.
And then
아,
make sure you
팀 탓을
sustain,
과감하게
and if you
해도
lose,
된다.
blame your
망치만
teammates.
맞췄다면은 무라딘 한게 더 이상 할 게 없어요.
And
아,
more than just go in,
이것만
soak
하면
damage,
할
there's
것도
nothing else you
네.
can actually
네,
do.
알겠습니다. 저도 써먹어 봐야겠네요. 올라갈 수 있겠죠?
어떻게 되시죠?
And should I use that
어,
too?
지금
What's your
실버.
tier? Where are
별로
you?
근데
I'm silver.
중요하지 않아요. 예.
That doesn't matter. More than is always good.
네, 알겠습니다. 네, 그 다음에 이제 현장에서 분위기 메이커 역할을 좀 하시는 것 같았어요.
course you are
점점 이제 이길수록
Keeping up the
조금
atmosphere.
이제 현실 폼이 올라가시면서 좀
Whenever
분위기
you
메이커 역할을
guys
하셨는데
take the win,
멘탈이
you
전체적으로 나갔을
bring out a lot of
때도
the hype.
그런 역할을 해주시나요 팀 내에서?
Is that your role in the team as well?
그렇죠. 일단 제가 사실
Of course.
옛날에는 좀 더 긍정적이었는데
I was a
요즘 많이
lot optimistic
부정적이다
back then,
보니까
but I turned to the other
그렇게까지
side a little
많이
bit.
좀 치열해주기가 힘들긴 한데
And
해설했던 거
it's
생각하면
a lot harder, but comparing
힘들었던
to
게좀
my dark days
풀려가지고
during the
아,
commentator,
진짜 힘들었거든요.
commentating days in the
그거를
Korean desk,
계속
which was really
생각하고
hard.
아,
열심히 하고 있어요.
And I'm actually trying a lot harder as a player. I feel a lot more now.
그렇다기보다는 많이 챙겨주셔서 그렇게까지 올라왔지 제가 제 자신이 그렇게까지 텐션을 올리지 못하거든요. 그래서 그거 생각하면
Not just because I was hyped,
저도
because of
혼자
the
해야겠다 이런
because of the
생각
help from the
때문에
other
열심히
Korean
하게
commentators, but it was
그리고 이제
not just myself practicing. It was a lot of help
리빌딩이라는
from
이제
the other
이야기를
Korean
안 꺼낼 수가
commentators.
없는데요.
네.
리빌딩이 되고 난 이후에 좀 어려웠던 점이 있다면 뭐가 있을까요?
With the new roster change, were there any problems or
사실 일단은
any
제가 메인
obstacles for
딜러로
you guys?
왔어요.
네.
I used to be the DPS. I was supposed to be the DPS for the
좀
team.
강팀들이랑 스크림을 했어요.
And then we actually did a lot of scrims
성적이
against
좋은
strong
거예요.
team.
그래서 저도
And
제가 잘하는 줄
we had a
알았거든요.
great result, and I thought I was a
그래서
really good
이제
DPS.
답답해서
And
이거 어떻게 바꿔볼까? 해서
But
그때
we
당시에 이제
asked the
탱커가
question,
요한나
let's-
티리엘과
why
지키는
don't
탱커
we
부딪히는
try
가 그래가지고
to change?
그거면 제가 그냥 버스 타면 되겠다. 그래서 탱커
And then I
하려고
just
했는데
went to the tank, and I can just ride on the bus,
그래서
hop on the bus, and
리빌딩
make sure the DPS
문제
carries
되고 많은 얘기가
my
있었지만
team. And then with that change,
저는
there
만족해요.
were
팀은
lots,
아닐 수 있어도.
there were a lot of
본인은 만족스럽다.
community feedbacks as
되게
well.
리빌딩 잘 된 것 같다.
But I was satisfied
그렇다기엔 좀
overall.
양심이 없긴 한데요.
네. 근데 이제 맞춰가는 단계가 아무래도 필요하잖아요.
And
네.
of course, you
지금
need
맞춰가는 단계 만약에 1부터 10까지
some traveling time, the adventure time to get everything together.
한 4단계 정도.
I think we are at level 4.
아니 그리고 저희가 원래 스크림 때 진짜
We are
연습
always
때 진짜 잘하거든요.
네.
during scrims we're really good.
이거 너무 호흡이 안 맞아요 지금 합이.
And in the
합이
tournament
안
games,
맞아가지고
we do not have the same synergy.
큰일이에요, 지금.
음.
일단은
And that's the biggest problem right
버린다,
now.
마인드.
And
어쩔 수 없어요. 미라클 화이팅. 예,
let's just
아, 네.
I don't know what's gonna happen,
아,
but
네, 알겠습니다.
good luck,
그러면
Miracle.
이 얘기 또 안 꺼낼 수 없죠. 연이은 경기에서 좋지 않은 평가도 있었고 사실 채팅창 지분율이 조금 되십니다.
And with lots of match. And there
어떤
were lots
생각과
of
어떤 마음으로 극복하시고
Hunkono low
연습에 임하고 계신지.
in the chat, in the Korean chat especially.
사람들이 뭐 살다 보면 그럴 수도 있죠.
And of course,
사람
it's
싫어할
life.
수도
No one's
있고.
perfect. You can have those kind of moments.
정말 화나고 막.
And a long time ago, I was really angry at all the Twitch chat
요즘은
people.
좀 술로 달래면서.
But with all the
많이.
alcoholic kicking in as I get older, I think
네.
I can get stressed out of the way.
알겠습니다. 그럼 내일 글럽과의 경기 준비되어 있는데요. 글럽과의 경기에 임하시는 각오 한마디 해주세요.
And against good luck tomorrow.
글럽 같은
final words?
경우는 사실
Good luck.
많은 분들이 평가할 때 그렇게 막 약팀 이렇게 말했었는데 이번에 슈퍼노바까지 잡아냈고.
We're saying that they were really a
일단
weak
딜라인
team,
멤버들이
but they
좀
defeated
짱짱한 것 같아요,
Supernova.
소위. 그래서
And I think their backline is
많이
really strong.
긴장해야 될 것 같고 내일은
think we do
아누바락을
have
안
to
꺼내는 게 좀 더 팀에 도움이 되지 않을까.
Be focusing. I
저도
think
약간 그렇게
not
생각했던 게
playing Anubarak
3세트에서
will actually be a great help for our team.
아누바락이 위기의 순간이 있었어요.
네.
근데 위즈 선수가 구하러 왔다가
There were a lot of
위즈
moments
선수가
when Anubarak was in
죽었어요.
danger.
그거는
Wiz came to
진짜
save you and he
억울하다.
sacrificed.
채팅창에
제가-
100% 와 홍코노 때문에 위즈 죽네 100%.
And I'm pretty sure there was
제가
chat
메일으로
saying,
봤거든요.
"Oh, Hunkono
네.
was saved, but Wiz died because of Hunkono."
왜 곤다르가 MVP 아닌 100% 있어요. 100%예요,
And there's another
100%.
chat pretty sure, why isn't Gondar the MVP? Why is Hunkono on the
여튼
chair?
그게
네.
살짝 콜이 좀 갈려요 지금 당장. 스크림 때 진짜 잘 맞거든요.
And right now our shot calls are a little.
서로
We do have miscommunication here and there.
청심환을 먹든 마음을 좀 릴렉스해서 해야
I think
될
we have
것
to
내일
calm ourselves down with some
오늘
medicine or
조금 합을
something.
맞추는 마음의 합을 맞추는 시간을 오붓하게 보내셨으면 좋겠어요.
I wish you guys get some
네.
time together before the match comes along for tomorrow.
해야겠죠?
네.
언젠가
Oh yes, I
네.
think we should. We
알겠습니다.
should, right?
그럼 각오 잘
Sometime soon.
들었고요. 오늘 인터뷰는 여기서 마치도록 하겠고요. 이스턴 클래시로 향해서 좀 더 달려 나가실 수 있게 바라겠습니다.
And that's the end of
네,
interview with
감사합니다.
Hunkono.
네,
from
그럼
BlossoM.
중계상 나와주세요.
As I also learned to rap with translation.
I was gonna say this is like the hardest interview day for you, as long as you don't have like 2 Cho'Galls and you have to interview with 4 people. Either
Love
way.
rap and solo casting tomorrow.
Oh,
Not
man.
gonna happen. I'll be back for the exciting matches up. Here's an updated standings. Look at that.
That's true.
Where is Miracle?
These
Where is
standings
Miracle?
are insane. Miracle way up there, 4 and 2.
And look at that. If Genji dropped against Ballistics, if they lose against Tempest as well, they're gonna be 4 and 3.
And that's very likely. I mean, if there's any team that you would maybe expect to beat Genji, it would be a team like Tempest, who are flawless so far, only dropping that 1 game against Ballistics. But in series, they are 5 and 0. Just an incredible season for Tempest. And now no longer is there any other team that has 0 losses, with Genji taking